Welcome to my 6 a.m. productive morning routine. Now, my morning routine actually starts the night before, so let's rewind and I can explain why. I think we all know that getting up at 6 a.m. isn't always fun. So I like to do as much as possible the night before to prepare and give myself the best morning routine possible. I give myself a little luxury turn down service, I lay my clothes out, I prep everything I can need for the gym. But if you do want to see a full night routine, let me know by liking this video and I can do that for you. But back to the morning. So I actually have two alarms. I have one at 5:59 and one at 6:29. And throughout the week, I'll choose which one depending on how I'm feeling. They both go off every single day. So generally Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll do 5:59 and then Thursday, Friday, I will do 6:29. And the first thing I do always is make my bed. And the second thing I do, turn my coffee machine on. I really value my little luxuries in the morning, and the first one for me is my morning coffee. I really enjoy it, so that's something that I do in the mornings. I go to the gym most mornings, so I will obviously put a workout set on, but if some mornings I want to cozy up and put my dressing gown on top, I totally will. I want my mornings to be enjoyable. I don't want to resent getting up early. I want to take this time and make myself feel better for it, not worse, like it's a chore. So of course I have to do some skincare. This makes me feel incredible. And then it's time for coffee. My mornings are really special to me, so I'll make my coffee and I will just take this time to sit and I will practice gratitude. I'll say my affirmations. I don't want any noise in my life at this point. I really find this time really grounding and this benefits me so much mentally and internally. What I really try and use this time for is things that I otherwise wouldn't have time for. It's very easy to say that in the evening I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do my affirmations, I'm going to journal, but then it's so easy to get caught up in life, going out, having plans, watching TV, anything like that. So this is the time that I use purely for me. If I was going to journal, I would do it now. If I wanted to read, I would do it now. On the days where I do get up that half an hour earlier, yeah, I have time to do jobs that are going to help me out in the day, but on days where I get up that 30 minutes later, this time is purely for me and for filling my cup. When the clock hits 6:50, I will grab my gym bags and head to the gym. Now, I am so incredibly lucky that I have everything I could need gym-wise in my building. I literally have to walk up a couple flights of stairs and I am there. And you know what? I don't know if I would do this every morning if I didn't have that privilege, but I do, and it's honestly changed my life. Again, there's just something wonderful about the silence of this time of day. So this is the studio where I like to do my morning workouts. I will just set up, and for me, working out isn't all about getting my exercise in. It's about moving my body, making myself feel good. Today, I actually didn't have a particularly good session, but you know what? We're not robots, and it's not going to be incredible every single day, and that's okay. For me, this morning workout is more about moving my body and doing something that serves myself. It makes me feel good. I also love the social aspect of doing a class because yes, it's on Zoom, but chances are I'm probably going to laugh at some point. I'm definitely going to smile at some point, and I really feel like part of something, and that's really special to me. A lot of what I do is stretching, really low intensity, slow movements. I actually gave up on my class today. I finished 10 minutes early. I simply didn't have it in me, and that's okay. Like I said, we're not robots. I'd already achieved something by moving my body, and I then like to head into the actual gym and do a cool down on the treadmill because of that view. That's simply why. This is a mental health thing. This is not a health thing. And then I get to walk back to my flat knowing that I've done something incredible for my body. And by this point, I'm usually starting to feel really, really good and actually really proud of myself for everything that I've achieved so far in the mornings. Of course, the first thing I do is hop in the shower. I am not looking at my phone at this point. I'm not listening to any music or anything. I'm really just having some silence. And then by this point, I am ravenous. Breakfast is my favorite time of day. It's my favorite meal. And at the minute, I've been loving this porridge from Marks and Spencer's. It's a pecan pie porridge, but essentially it's like pecans, dates, and I actually had a couple of plums in the fridge, so I decided to add some plums to it. Porridge is something that I think sets me up so well for the day. I grew up eating it for breakfast pretty much every single morning, and I just love it. It makes me feel incredible. It's at this point that if I haven't gotten up at 6 a.m, I'll do the things that I would normally have done pre-gym. So I'll empty the dishwasher, just try and get as many things off my plate as possible and start the day with an empty plate, so I'm ready to go. I also topped my porridge with some cashew butter this morning. Oh, this is so good. I think I'm gonna start having this every single day. And I also finished the rest of my coffee that I didn't finish this morning. This is why I love my Ember cup, because it's still hot. Now, this is where some of you are probably going to think this is questionable. I start working before I'm even dressed. So I work both in the US and the UK, and this is my time where I catch up on everything that I missed in the second half of the US workday. This works so well for me because it helps me keep everything a little separate. I know that before I start my working day in the UK, I can just tick everything off, get back to anything that I need to, and it helps me feel really balanced and level. Maybe not the healthiest, but for me it's all about making things work, and like I said, you just have to do what works for you. Now, I have a couple of things in my life that are non-negotiables, and one of those is skincare. I really like to take my time doing my skincare because it makes me feel so good. Even if I'm not doing makeup, I will absolutely be doing skincare. And the reason why I don't skip over these things is because I want to enjoy my mornings. I don't want to resent getting up early and spending time with myself. I want to really enjoy this and benefit from it as much as possible. And I truly feel like I do. Another non-negotiable for me is doing my hair. This is something that makes me feel so put together. Now, I actually film my outfits every single day. So before I film my Get Dressed With Me, I'll just pop something on to start my working day. And today I went for this little Gilly Hicks play suit. This is a regular. I love this. And the final non-negotiable for me is putting a fragrance on. Again, this just makes me feel so good. And this is when I'll normally have 10 or 15 minutes to plan my day before anyone's in the office, before anyone's emailing me. And I really like to take this time to focus on what I want to do in the day, what I want to achieve, and just get as many things out of my head as possible and onto paper so I can assess my day. And that's the end of my productive morning routine. Obviously, day to day, it looks super different. If I have a 9 a.m. breakfast meeting that I have to be in town for, obviously it's going to look different. However, what I just kind of wanted to get across in this video is that productive doesn't mean you force yourself to do things you don't want to do. It took me so long to understand the value of a really good morning routine, and this is why I have 2 different alarms and I can choose if I want to get up a little later some days, because some days I need that. And why, if my workout ends up being literally me laying on a mat stretching, why I don't beat myself up about it. Again, it's okay. I think what makes a morning routine productive is doing things that fill your cup and make you feel amazing, and things that you probably wouldn't have time for otherwise. So let me know, what are your non-negotiables in your morning routine? I think I have my morning routine spot on for me for now, but as anything, it's always evolving and changing. I really hope this gave you some ideas for your morning routine. If you enjoyed it, I would love it if you would give it a like, and like I said at the start, if you do want a night routine, because that's quite different actually, very different, then let me know in the comments and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!